Hello, How To Bob here, and got a dead battery in my 2008 Suzuki Reno, so I thought I'd put together this short video on how to change out the battery. It's a pretty simple task, so we'll go ahead and get started by popping the hood. And the battery is located over here on the side, driver's side. I'm going to move this hose out of the way, and it hooks nicely on the cap here. Now I'm going to take my negative terminal loose. There's a little cover, and I just get my socket on there and loosen up the negative terminal. I'll wiggle it back and forth till it comes off, and then I'm going to work on my positive, and it's the same way. Little plastic cover here comes right off, and then I'll use the same socket that I did on the negative terminal and loosen up my positive terminal and wiggle it back and forth, and takes that one off. Now there's two different hold downs for this battery, one in the front and one in the back here, and really all you have to do is loosen them up a little bit, because once you get them a little bit loosened up, they will come unhooked at the bottom of the battery. What they are is hooked into the battery hold down, or the battery tray should I say. You can see here they are hooked, so that hook goes to the bottom of the battery tray, and that holds it into place. And you can see both hold downs are identically the same, and there's a flat piece that goes over top of the battery, sits right about here. So now that I'm done with my hold downs, I can go ahead and take the old battery out, and then I'll take my new battery and go ahead and set that in there. Once that's in, I just reverse the process. Now I can take this and I'll lean my battery forward. If I take the hook, I can hit the hole in my battery tray, and you have to hold the pin up until you get the nut tight enough to hold it from falling out of the battery tray at the bottom. And so I'm just going to tighten that down by hand for right now. And then I have to repeat the process on the front hold down here. Again, I want to hold that up so that the hook doesn't come off the hole in the battery tray. Once I get that held up here, I can put the nut on and hand tighten it up to keep it from coming unhooked. So now that I've got them hand tight, I can go ahead and crank it down just a little bit with the wrench. Doesn't have to be real tight, but I want to make sure that it's not going to bounce around while I'm driving. And once I get my battery hold down tightened up, I can go ahead and put my positive lead back on, and I'm going to use my socket to tighten that up. Make sure it's good and tight, got a good connection. Once I get that pretty tight, I'm going to go ahead and put my negative lead back on, and I'll use the same socket again. Just tighten that down snug, make sure I get a good connection. Once I got that tightened up, I can go ahead and cover up my negative. It just snaps back into place, and then I'm going to take my plastic cap and put it back on the positive terminal. And that's how you change the battery in a 2008 Suzuki Reno. My name's How To Bob. Thanks for watching.